So the question is setting a price. There is obviously no right or wrong. At the end of the day, because you are your own boss, you get to make all the decisions. And it comes back from the belief, which needs to hold true to you at the very core level, like at the cellular level, that my work changes lives. From that angle, would you price something that you offer at $20 an hour? That's where I started, actually.
Oh, really?
I started at $20 an hour.
What were the inflection points when you made decisions to increase that over time?
At first, I was doing it for fun because the opportunity for me to receive payment for coaching just fell on my lap. And the person offered $20 an hour. I said, okay, that sounds cool. Let's try it. And we kept on meeting to a point where I don't want to do this anymore for $20 an hour.
I see.
We met so much that I made more than $1,000 from this one guy who was paying me $20 an hour.
Wow. Okay.
Yes. And then I wanted to be more serious about it. And from the mindset perspective, it is up to me. Again, this is self-leadership. It's up to me to quantify my own value, right?
Yes.
So I played around with different price points. At the end of the day, it comes down to what feels good in your body at the most cellular level. So you play around with, you throw some random numbers out and you sit with it. $20? 80? Is it 100? Is it 200? Right? You throw out these numbers and pay attention to how it feels in here.
Okay.
If you have a physical reaction to that number in a good or positive way, you would know how you actually feel about it. How I chose my starting point is, well, I was compensated by Roku at this amount per hour. So if Roku paid me that amount, do I agree with their valuation of my work?
I see.
I agree with their valuation. At the end of the day, it's their valuation of me, right?
That is right.
And if they valued me at that amount, do I agree? Yes, I do. So let's start there as a starting point. You can always change your pricing.
Yeah,
right?
that's
Because you're your own boss,
that's right.
Self-leadership. If it doesn't feel true to you anymore, just change it.
Okay. I think that is extremely helpful. I think that is helpful.
That's great.
Yeah. All right. I'll experiment and then you'll see the results in public.
That's great.
Awesome. Did you reach any point in time when you said I should have an LLC? And when did you make that decision? How did you make that decision? Was it a good decision, etc.?
I equate starting an LLC as reaching product market fit. So I had my own definition of what product market fit is. And to me, my definition is the day when I hit 10K a month, that is product market fit to me.
Fair enough.
That is when creating an LLC makes all the sense in the world.
I like that benchmark.
But it's my own definition.
Sure.
So again, self-leadership.
Yep.
Define your product market fit. There is a challenge that you will likely face, which is rejections.
Okay.
People reject me all the time because they don't want to pay, or they'll say, I can't afford it. Someone in the form of rejection, their phrasing was, how can you charge that much? I could hire someone else for a third of the price or whatever it is.
I see.
Right? This is my explanation and my perspective on why they're saying these things. It's a projection. They're projecting onto me.
Yes.
Right? It has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with them. For example, a few months ago, I was looking for a support group, kind of like a network of other solopreneurs.
Okay.
Because I could not figure out how to go above 10K a month. Once I hit product market fit, the next step was, well, let's sustain it and then let's scale it. Right. So I'm just PMing myself. And I've been consistent. I have never gone below that, but I also couldn't go above it. Can't scale and can't figure out how. Then I thought I probably need a network where I could learn from other people who have done this. So I looked into one particular network, and They were telling me that they're very affordable. It's only $100 per meeting. It's kind of like a membership thing. And then
Okay,
they
I
said,
see.
oh, it's only $100. It's like
Yeah,
nothing. And then to me, it felt like it's not nothing. Or $100
yeah,
an hour is not nothing. It's something.
yes.
And if I feel comfortable that the value I would get out of it is what I
Mhm.
need, which is learning from other solopreneurs,
Right.
I would definitely invest in it. But that network is not a network of solopreneurs. That network is people who work in tech and
Mm.
they want to stay in a corporate environment and they want to grow in a corporate environment. It's a network like that. And I
Right.
felt like I understand that world. That world is very different from the solopreneurship
That
world.
is what.
They don't understand what I'm going through.
Yeah.
They just collect paychecks.
Yes.
I have to make my own paycheck. It's very,
Yes.
very different. So it's not that I don't want to pay $100 per
Mm.
meeting or whatever it is. I just don't see the value in it. Later on, I found another community and it's 6,000 for 8 weeks,
Okay.
way more than
Yeah.
$100 an hour. I joined that community
Understood.
because that community is what I need. It's people trying to build their own world, right? So coming back to this question, I get rejected all the time. People tell
Yeah.
me can't afford it. It's not that they can't afford it. They probably think they cannot, but it's just because the value proposition doesn't line up. And that's
Yeah.
completely fine, right? I don't want to provide value if that's not what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we get rejected, and we will,
Yeah.
it's important to just come back to who are we?
Yeah.
Maybe they just need something else, and that's fine.
That's fine. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
You are absolutely right. I think that's a challenge. That has been an unknown challenge, and I have not faced it because I've been offering my service for free. It's
Right.
very low friction
Yes.
interaction for anyone.
Yes. Yes.
But the moment I shift gears, the
Yes.
moment I say this is how my value is, then
Mm-hmm.
I will.
One point, I was offering 30-minute sessions for $7,
Wow. Okay.
and I didn't get a lot of sign up.
Really?
It's only $7. It is not the dollar amount that
It's
gets
not.
people to say yes or no.
It's the value.
It's the value, it's the timing, right? Maybe they just don't need to talk to me right now, right?
Yeah.
And when that need is actually relevant,
Hmm.
they'll talk to me. Yeah. So it's not the $7.
Yeah.
All of that is to say there's a lot of mindset work
Yeah.
that goes into this journey of solopreneurship. And this mindset muscle is not a muscle that we normally use in a tech job,
We don't. Correct.
but we have to use the mindset muscle a ton in this solopreneurship job.
Yes.
Yeah. And then you
Yeah.
would through this journey, you would discover so much of yourself that you didn't even know in your conscious layer of your mind.
I trust you on that. Yeah. I can
Yeah,
imagine. This was super valuable. I
that's
think,
great.
yeah, I'm taking away a lot of things, and I'm hoping I am able to put a lot of these things in practice so I can come back to you
Yeah,
and then,
please
yeah,
do.
reflect. Yeah. Thank you, Nancy. Bye.
Bye.